Hello guys, what's up my people? I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for my subscribers for supporting me and watching my videos. And for my new subscribers, karibuni sana. This is the place to be where we learn a lot, especially on reproductive health. So guys, today we yet have another very interesting video and a very interesting thing that we need to talk about and learn concerning family planning, and one specific method of family planning which I always advocate for all mothers, especially if you are a mother who is not compatible with using the hormonal methods, that is the pills, the implants, the jadels and all that, any hormonal family planning. If you're not compatible with them, this is the best and perfect family planning method for you. So let's talk about the coil, whatever a lot of people call it the coil, but we call it the IUCD. IUCD means intrauterine device. We have IUD, intrauterine device, and we have intrauterine copper device. So the one that we mostly use here in Kenya is the IUCD, that is the intrauterine copper device. And what basically that works by preventing pregnancy is by physically being there. Physically, by inserting the copper T, we call it also copper T because it is T-shaped. It is T-shaped this way. This is how it is, like a T, okay, letter T. So it is T-shaped, and what it does, just by basically being there, I'm gonna show you through an example in a diagram. I will show you how we put it and how it stays in your uterus or in your womb to prevent you from getting pregnant. So by just being physically there, it blocks the sperms from getting into the fallopian tubes. And also another way that it works is that copper, that copper that is making that IUCD or the copper tier, that copper is toxic to the sperms. So when the sperms comes into contact with it, they just die, meaning you will not have any sperm which is live to go and fertilize your egg or your ovum. So I'm gonna draw a diagram of the uterus, how a uterus looks like, and this is how a uterus looks like. This way. I'm not so perfect, but it is just a sketch. Okay. Then we have this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay. Then we have, so these are our ovaries, guys. These are our ovaries here, and these ones here. Every woman has two ovaries, the right one and the left one. So inside the ovaries we have our ovum. Okay, we have our ovums inside there. Then this is our fallopian tube, or this is the tube that is mostly blocked when we are doing the tubal ligation, or when we say we are doing the permanent family planning method, cutting the tubes. This is the tubes that we cut. We just clamp here and here, then we cut. We clamp here and here, then we cut any both sides. So this is basically our uterus here, inside here. So what happens when you have unprotected sex? You will have introduction of the sperms via here. Then the sperms will swim. They will swim looking for an ovum to fertilize. So they will swim up and also come towards this way. Remember, fertilization only occurs in these tubes. There is no other way where fertilization can occur other than when you have an ectopic pregnancy. It will be a pregnancy where implantation will occur inside here. But ideally, there should be fertilization occurring in these tubes. Then after fertilization, that thing that is formed, it will travel and come to implant inside the uterus. So how does a copper T, when it is inserted, how does it prevent you from getting pregnant? When we insert the copper T, of course we have to insert it through this way, okay, and we have said it is T-shaped. It is T, it is like a T, it is T-shaped. So how when we insert it, this is how it will stay inside your womb. This is T. And of course you'll have the strings. So this is how it will stay. And of course a little bit, let me adjust here. Let me adjust a little bit here. Okay, I will adjust it so that it fits well. I will adjust it. I'm saying I've said it is just a sketch, okay? So when we insert it, this is how it will stay. Meaning it has blocked this tube on this side, and it has also blocked this tube on this side. So even when we introduce any sperms towards that end, it means the sperms will not go beyond this place. And remember, we have said it is only in the fallopian tube or in the oviduct where fertilization can only take place. So in case the sperms do not reach the fallopian tube, there will never be any fertilization taking place. So this is how basically the IUCD will prevent you from getting pregnant. And also we have said that this tube, this IUCD is made of copper, and we have said copper is toxic to the sperms, meaning when any sperms comes into contact or touches the copper T, okay, from inside here, when it comes into contact with it, it will definitely die. So you will not have any sperms roaming around alive, and there will be no sperm to fertilize your egg when the egg is being released or when your ovum is being released. So those are the two main ways in which the IUCD will prevent you from getting pregnant. And we have said this is the best method for every woman, because basically, as you have heard, I have not mentioned anything to do with hormones. When it comes to the IUCD, we do not have any hormones involved, meaning your body will still remain the way it is. So you will still, if you have balanced hormones, it means basically your body will forever live with the balanced hormones. So there is no way you will get the issues of excessive bleeding, the issues of excessive, I don't know what, you miss your periods, you have excessive bleeding, you have some irregular periods. No, because there is no any influence of your hormones, of your body hormones, when you are using these. So especially also for those people who have kgs more than 80 kgs, we encourage those mothers to use the IUCD, because most of the hormonal contraceptives will cause an increase in your weight. So if you already have more kgs, it basically means when you use the hormonal methods, you will add kgs more. Okay, so this is a very good family planning method to use for any woman who is willing to do so. And one thing that we have noticed, because we have to talk about both the positives and the negatives, one thing I want to insist on, unless it is fixed the right way, it will work almost 100%. But once it is not inserted in the right way, you will find that it was inserted and maybe it is at this level where it is not blocking the fallopian tubes. And that is why you hear people saying, oh, I have the IUCD, but I even got pregnant and the baby came out with it, holding it like this. Okay, because it was not inserted the right way. Remember, the sperms are very minute. You cannot see the sperms with your bare eyes unless you use a microscope. They are so tiny, they are so minute. So you can imagine, in case you have left even a very small space here, that sperm, that one very active sperm, will definitely swim and find its way in the fallopian tube, and that is how you will end up getting pregnant. Same to this way. In case it is not covering, in case it is not closing up the fallopian tube, just a very small space that can allow one active sperm, it will swim and you will definitely get pregnant. It will not block that. And remember, after fertilization, whatever will form will start now flowing to this side, and it will like when it is swimming back to come and implant itself, it will push it. Okay, already it is inside, it is not stable, so it will just push it and the implantation will occur. And it is not something that is hard. Even when you touch it, for those who have seen it, even when you touch it, you can easily fold it in any way. Okay, so when there is something pushing it, when the baby is growing, the baby will push it and push it and push it until it is done. Okay, so and it will not have any effect with your unborn child or with your current pregnancy. So we encourage people, when you want to put an IUCD, make sure, if possible, make sure it is an obstetric gynecologist who is inserting it, because at least they have a lot of experiences. Also, especially in the government hospitals, we have very qualified nurses who are used to practicing this, they are used to fixing them, so they already know, like they will insert it perfectly well. So do not get yourself in an IUCD inserted by just anyone, by just any nurse or any doctor in any hospital. No. Me, I always advise people, go to the public facilities. Mostly we have very qualified nurses who are used to doing this, so they can do it perfectly well. So make sure that it is fixed in the right way for it to prevent pregnancy. Otherwise, do not say that it doesn't work because you got pregnant when you had it on. No, you conceived because it was not inserted well. And also, before we insert it, we have to do a pregnancy test, because some people will go to insert it when they are already pregnant. So we have to do a pregnancy test. If not a pregnancy test, we have to make sure that you are on your menses. Okay, so that is why most of the doctors or the nurses will advise you to come when you are on your menses, because when you are on your menses, definitely it means you're not pregnant. If you're not on your menses, make sure you do a pregnancy test. For the infections, we need a good hygiene, because remember, this is a foreign thing that has been inserted in you. And remember, where it has blocked, and even here, around here, the small string that is left outside, if you have poor hygiene, it definitely means that string will capture a lot of bacteria, and that bacteria will travel inside. That is why you find a lot of people will have frequent UTIs and frequent infections, frequent even STIs, mild STIs, basically because of the poor hygiene. And then this string here will cause some bacteria rising or traveling towards your uterus. So make sure you have the perfect hygiene. Genital hygiene. After going for your short call, make sure you wipe yourself. Do not use detergents. Do not keep on touching your string when you're not clean with your hands, because there is a part of the string that will be left outside, just to be confirming whether it is still intact. Do not keep on touching the string with your hands which are not clean. And also, when you're confirming whether the string is still intact, do not pull, because there are some people who will hold the string and start pulling it like this. That means you're disturbing it from where it is resting. And when you're doing like that, maybe it will untie, and that means you will have some spaces left below here, and those spaces will allow the sperms to get inside, and that is how you'll end up getting pregnant. And then you will go on blaming the doctors or the nurses who inserted it. So basically, that is it all about the IUCD, the intrauterine copper device, which is a family planning method, which is very much perfect, especially for those people who are struggling with the hormonal contraceptives. Maybe you have had hypertension, a lot of weight, weight, you have added a lot of weight because you're using the contraceptive, the hormonal methods. This is the best for you. This is the method which is best for you. So I hope this video helps you, is of much help to you, and I hope now we understand the need of using this and the need of getting a qualified personnel or a qualified person to get it, to insert it for you. So thank you very much. Keep on watching more and more videos. Kindly, if you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscription button and subscribe to this YouTube channel, like and comment and share the videos. Thank you.